Welcome back, beautiful, beloved souls. My name is Gem Stone. I'm a psychic medium and I am an author. On this channel, you'll find that I mainly do commentaries. I look at anything and everything to do with life and death through a lens, hence the name of the channel. Now, I have been away for a few days, and I'm sorry about that. I hope you are well. But a few days ago, my videos I uploaded was about human eyes. Now we're going to look at dogs. So, why dogs have blue, green, and even black eyes, and what dogs actually see in their world. When we think of dogs, we usually imagine warm brown eyes staring back at us from the couch, the park, or the back seat of a car. But then reality does a little head tilt, because some dogs have eyes that look like storm glass blue, icy green, or so dark they swallow light itself. So what's actually going on here? Are those dogs seeing the world differently, or are we? And then there's the bigger question, hiding beneath or underneath it all. What does a dog actually see when it looks at you? Now, to answer that, we need to walk through genetics, biology, and a bit of visual neuroscience, where light turns into perception, and it starts in the eye itself. Part 1. Why dog eye colour varies. Dog eye colour comes down to one main pigment, melanin. Melanin isn't just about eyes, it also controls coat colour and skin tone. In eyes, it sits in the iris like a biological paint layer. The rule is simple, but the results are not. More melanin means brown or dark brown eyes. Less melanin, lighter eyes like amber, blue, or greenish tones. But dogs aren't humans, and their genetics are far more patchwork quilts than straight line code. Selective breeding, especially over thousands of years, has created massive variation. This is where we get the unusual eye colours. Brown eyes, the default setting. Most dogs have brown eyes because it's the safest evolutionary baseline. High melanin density means more light absorption, less scattering, and better protection from UV damage. It's like built-in sunglasses that never come off. Breeds like Labradors, Rottweilers, and Golden Retrievers typically sit here. I have a Westie Cross and she has brown eyes. But when melanin drops, things get interesting. Blue eyes, the illusion of pigment. Blue dog eyes are not actually blue pigment. There is no blue dye in the iris. Instead, blue eyes come from something called structural coloration. Light enters the eye, scatters through the iris, and shorter blue waves bounce back out. It's the same physics that make the sky appear blue. So in dogs like Huskies, Australian Shepherds, and Border Collies sometimes, that icy stare is not paint. It's light physics performing tricks on your perception. In some cases, blue eyes are linked to genetics affecting pigment distribution, especially in merle-coated dogs. Green and hazel eyes, the middle spectrum. Green eyes in dogs are rarer and usually come from a combination of low to moderate melanin, light scattering, yellowish pigment overlay called phenomelanin. It's not a single gene green eye switch. It's more like mixing paints without fully blending them. Hazel eyes often appear as greenish brown, golden green, or amber shifting towards olive tones. They are the biological equivalent of twilight lighting in a forest. Very dark or black eyes. When people say a dog has black eyes, what they're usually seeing is extremely high melanin density. The iris is so dark that the pupil boundary almost disappears in normal lighting. Breeds like Black Labradors, German Shepherds, and Rottweilers often appear to have void-like eyes, especially in low light. But scientifically, it's still brown, just very, very deep brown. Part 2. Do dogs see colour like we do? Now we leave the iris and move deeper into perception. To understand what dogs see, we have to talk about the retina. Inside the retina are two main types of photoreceptors: rods, light and motion, and cones, which is colour. Humans have 3 types of cones. This is called the trichromatic vision. Dogs only have 2. This is known as visual neuroscience or as dichromatic vision. So dogs are not colourblind, but they are colour limited. What colours do dogs actually see? Research suggests dogs see something like this. Blues, they see very clear. Yellows are visible. Greys everywhere. Reds are heavily muted. Greens are often confused with grey or beige. So, a red toy on green grass, to a dog, it may look like 2 shades of dull yellowish grey blending into each other. Not exactly neon playground energy, but dogs don't rely heavily on colour anyway. They rely on movement. Motion over colour, the real superpower. Dogs evolved from predators that needed to detect subtle movement in grass, distant silhouettes, low light activity. So their vision prioritizes motion detection over colour detail. They have more rod cells than humans. Remember, the rod watches motion. They have better night vision, and they have superior motion sensitivity. This means a dog might miss a red ball on the lawn, but instantly detects a tiny twitch of it moving. Night vision advantage. Dogs are built for dim environments. A structure called tapetum lucidum, I'll spell it for you. Tapetum is T-A-P-E-T-U-M, lucidum, lucid like L-U-C-I-D-U-M, and it acts like a reflective mirror behind the retina. It bounces light back through the eye, giving photoreceptors a second chance to capture it. That's why dog eyes glow at night in photos. It's not eerie, it's efficient biology. Think of it like a built-in flashlight amplifier. Part 3. How do scientists actually know this? This is where things get more experimental. Scientists don't just ask dogs what they see, they design tests. In comparative psychology, researchers used behavioral experiments such as 1. Choice tests. Dogs are shown objects of different colours. Food reward is hidden under one colour. If the dog consistently chooses one colour over another, scientists infer colour perception ability. 2. Eye physiology studies. Researchers examine the cone cell types, the retinal structures, spectral sensitivity, what wavelengths trigger responses. This helps map exactly what light dogs can detect. 3. Training response experiments. Dogs are trained to respond to specific visual cues. If a dog can't distinguish two colours but still responds to shape or brightness difference, that tells scientists what the dog is actually perceiving. 4. Brain imaging. In advanced studies, brain activity is measured while dogs view stimuli. This shows not just what enters the eye, but how the brain interprets it. Part 4. So, what does the world look like to a dog? If we could translate dog vision into human terms, it might look like this: a muted world of blues, yellows, and greys, soft edges instead of sharp detail, motion glowing louder than colour, darkness softened by enhanced low light perception. It's not a dull world, it's a different emphasis. Where humans paint with colour, dogs paint with movement and scent layered over vision. Part 5. Why eye colour still matters slightly. Even though eye colour doesn't affect vision in most cases, it sometimes hints at genetics. For example, Merle patterns can be linked with blue eyes. Certain pigment genes affect hearing and vision development. Some breeds with extreme pigment dilution may have higher sensitivity issues. And that's true. White Westies suffer skin allergies. Back to eye colour. But for most dogs, eye colour is cosmetic, not functional. It's nature's aesthetic experiment. In closing, the quiet intelligence behind the stare. So, when a dog looks at you with brown eyes like polished wood, or blue eyes like frozen water, or something deep and unreadable, you're not just seeing colour, you're seeing a biological system tuned for survival in motion, scent, and shadow. A system that doesn't need a full rainbow, because it's a world which was never built around colour. It was built around movement, memory, and instinct. And maybe that's the strange beauty of it. They don't see less, they see differently. And in that difference, there's an entirely separate way of reading reality, quietly running beside ours every time we go for a walk. All right. Thank you very much, beautiful, beloved souls. Now, it is my belief that we, as co-creators, being the co-creators and creation, that we are everything. We are the dog. We are a cat. Stay tuned for another video because I'm going to follow this up with what do dogs see when they look at humans. Thank you for watching. If you are going to leave a comment, could you do so respectfully? If only the world was more respectful, more tolerant, less judgmental. Please be kind to a stranger and to each other. You might just save someone's life by a smile. Take care of yourselves because you matter. And being the universe experiencing itself, every time we hurt or harm another, or even anything that is living, or even a rock, we are hurting ourselves. Take care of yourselves. Love, light, and blessings. Bye.